Hi everyone, and welcome to our Touchbase Thursday. I know you can only hear me right now. I am getting my microphone and everything hooked up, and you will see me here in just a couple of minutes. And we will get started here momentarily. I am solo tonight, so I had to get myself started. All of my family is gone from the house, so the house is a little quiet. So anyway, welcome to Touchbase Thursday for February 25th. And hi to Patty. I think Patty's the first one on here. Hi, Patty. Again, if you're joining me, please say hi. And let me know that you are watching. For those of you that might be new to finding me on Facebook, my name is Kim Vogel, and I'm a demonstrator from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And I've been a demonstrator for a little over 10 years, and I love every minute of it. Hi to Claudia and Lori. Welcome, ladies. Kay. So hopefully you didn't have to look at the blank chair for too long. I always feel weird about that, starting a live and you guys get to see a blank chair, although you can hear my voice. Anyway, I'm excited to be going live with you guys tonight to share with you a really fun bundle. And this bundle is it's one of my classes for my cystic fibrosis event as well. So excited to have you guys see what I've created with this suite. Hi to Christy and June, Shelby, Janet. Just going to give it a couple minutes for all of you to find me live, and then we'll go ahead and get started here in just a couple of minutes. Those of you who might be new to my Facebook Lives, if you share my video or share my live, you can enter it into the drawing to win prizes. So we'll announce those in just a couple of minutes. Hi to Courtney, Philomena, Karen, Donna. If I forgot any of your names out there, I apologize. Sometimes those comments just go through so fast that it's really hard to capture them all. So first of all, I got to tell you guys what my hair is doing today. You can kind of see it's like totally flat right here. I had my headset on most of the day. I was in meetings at work, and because my boss and I share an office suite with his door open, he can hear me, I can hear him, we can hear the people talking. So we wear headsets to kind of not have so much interruption. And I was in like meetings upon meetings today, and I came home from work and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had this permanent indenture right here where my headset was sitting. Anyway, so it is what it is. This is what you're getting today. But anyway, welcome everyone. But Jay, can you see it? You probably can see it. It's perfect, right? How it went. Anyway, hi to Shireen and Chris, and to Rhonda. Welcome. Okay, so I only have a few things in the way of announcements before we get started. So first of all, I don't know if some of you, I know some of you I'm Facebook friends with on my personal Facebook page, but this week was Natalie's first dance performance where we actually got to watch her actually dance at a girls' basketball game. They allowed 4 spectators in per each athlete. And so we got to watch her dance, and it was amazing. Of course, I had tears in my eyes because it's the first time we've been able to watch her dance in over a year. So it was really awesome, just an awesome emotional time. And it felt good to have a little bit of normal, to be able to sit. We were all, socially distanced, but to be able to sit and watch a basketball game, it was kind of nice. And we won like 59-23, so it was kind of a nice game. But anyway, it was really awesome to see that. And then she will be returning to school in a week. She'll be going 4 days a week. They're keeping Wednesday here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan as a remote learning day. So they'll be home that day. But our middle school, which is what Claire's in, she'll go 4 half days, and then the high school goes 4 full days. So I'm excited that they're going to be able to do that. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about, I know a few of you were interested in wanting to purchase the Sweet Strawberry Bundle, and right now the punch is unavailable. And so I wanted to address that and tell you what kind of a message demonstrators got from the company just yesterday. So the demand for that punch was so high that the suppliers not been able to keep up with our supply or our demand. And they're going to be having a shipment come in end of March, beginning of April, but they're thinking that might only fill the current back order situation. So that punch is still unorderable, and I know that a lot of you were patiently waiting for that. Good news is that punch will be carrying over into our new annual catalog. So you will still be able to get it. So you won't be out the punch. Yes, unfortunately, you won't be able to get that punch right now during celebration, and I apologize for that. I think all companies have some hot items that this happens to that they just can't keep in stock and they go out of stock. But The neat thing is, though, too, if you know, until you can get your punch, once they are more readily in stock, once the new annual catalog comes out, you could also cut those strawberries out. They're not that really hard. If you don't, if you're not making a ton, you can cut out the strawberries. You can even cut out the topper. It's not too hard to be able to cut those out manually. So I just wanted to address that and let you guys know that same thing holds true with the double oval punch. Now that right now is unorderable, but as of now, that's due to come in the middle of April as well. So just wanted to address those two punches with you, and I believe that one's carrying over too. So I feel a little bit more comfortable with the fact that you can still get your hands on those punches. So anyway, just wanted to talk about that. And then something exciting that happened here in the basement yesterday. So I was working in the basement last night, and all of a sudden I had this this guy come knocking on my door, and it's someone that my husband works with, and he says, I have tables for you. And I didn't know what he meant by tables for you. Well, what he had was, my basement, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 6 tables, 6 8-foot tables. And about 2-3 years ago, I replaced 3 of them. They're really like old, dark wood tables. I replaced 3 of them with the real nice white tables. And Matt ended up having his coworker buy me the other 3 to replace my other 3 tables. So I have tables that I can't wait to, hopefully tonight, we can get the old ones down, new ones in place, and it'll look so bright down here. So I got the rest of my new tables for here in my basement. So excited, so excited. So that was kind of a nice surprise. The problem was we didn't have a way of getting them in our vehicle to get here because they were so long. And the van, the company van that that Jim, who works with my husband, had, he was able to do that. So he went to Sam's Club, picked up tables, and surprised me and showed up here and delivered them. So that was just awesome. So I know sometimes it's the little things that we look forward to and get excited about, but I'm excited for my new tables. So anyway, that is pretty much all I have in the way of announcements. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my classes here in just a couple of minutes, but I wanted to tell you who our winners of our prizes were from last week. So again, if you share my video, you get into the drawing to receive goodies. And the 2 winners from last week. So the winner of the Elegant Faceted Gems is Janet Crowell. So congratulations to Janet. And Janet, I'm just going to hold them here for you. Put them in your bag when you come to class next month. And then the winner of the Opal Rounds is Penny Orm. Penny Oram. I can't help but say that. That's another inside joke. But Penny Orm is the winner of the opals. Okay. Up for grabs this next week is, they're both the same thing. It is the butterfly gems that are in the retiring in colors. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the retiring in colors. So our new Stampin' Up! Catalog, the one that's coming out, the annual catalog, is coming out a whole month earlier. So you'll be able to get your hands on that catalog in May, which means that you have until usually beginning of April, a whole month prior to the catalog being expired, to be able to get the in colors. So the in colors that are leaving us are Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, Terracotta Tile, and Pretty Peacock. So if you have cardstock colors in those, you want to restock your cardstock, do it now. Now's a good time to do it because celebration ends in just 3 days, so you can get cardstock restocked and be able to get your colors, ink refills, ribbon, anything like that, because these are the colors that are leaving. And so I'm going to be giving away both of these next week. It's the identical thing, so that you will be able to use these if you buy some of that new product. So yeah, I'm really excited about my tables, you guys. I just like, yeah. I'll have to take some pictures and show you guys my old tables versus my new tables, and you'll see why I'm so excited about it. So those are what's up for grabs this week for sharing my video. So again, just hit the share and share this on your page so others can find me as well on Facebook. So with that, I'm going to actually transition my camera down, and we are going to start. Oh, one more announcement I have before we start the presentation for tonight. I will not be going live with you guys next week. I'm so sorry. I was going to try to squeeze it in on Wednesday, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to. Next weekend is my huge fundraiser fundraiser that you all have heard me talking about, my cystic fibrosis event. And I'm able to, hopefully able to get in there to set up a little bit on Thursday. And I also got to get some groceries and things like that. And so I'm just not going to be able to do a live on Thursday night. And I was going to try to do it Wednesday. So if I do it Wednesday, I'll surprise you and let you know Wednesday. Depends on timing of things, but I'm just not going to commit. And again, those of you that watch me every week, you know that I don't do that very often. I hardly ever cancel or postpone. But when it comes to a fundraiser to that extent, I need the time to kind of get ready for it and all that good stuff. So, but like I said, I might surprise you. What I was planning to showcase next week is St. Patrick's Day projects. So if I don't do them next week, you'll have them for the following week. Okay, so with that, I'm going to transition my camera down and let's have some fun with this awesome bundle. It's really, really cool. The dies are a must-have. So with that, let's transition down to my stamp area and let's have some fun. Okay, let me first my external microphone because we don't need that now that we are. So a couple of these cards, you're going to see almost similar cards right in our catalog. And so I encourage you guys to kind of take a peek at that because, I have a stamp that didn't get put on a block. Oh, and another one. I put all my stamps out and then I didn't put a couple on blocks. Okay, so let me move those out of the way here and then we're going to go ahead and get started in just a minute. So first, let me share with you the, move all this stuff. So someone else set me up for my Facebook Live. One of my girls did. So they didn't quite put things in the right spots where I would. So, but it's all good. So I'm just going to move things up and out of the way a little bit so that things aren't in our way when we start our stamping. Okay, so the bundle that I'm going to share with you, Natalie, would you get me a catalog, one of the little ones, is the In Bloom stamp set and coordinating dies. Now these dies are what really makes this bundle amazing. So these dies, and I'm going to show you some of them that I've got cut out. Can you look for it's near the end. Let me show you some of these die cutouts. So let me bring in some of these. So when you die cut some of these flowers, there's a great, look at the little pattern. There's like a stitched edging around these flowers. This bundle sells for $48.50, including the dies and the coordinating stamp set. I want to show you because you really can't see all of the dies in the package unless I show you them in the catalog. But you get all of these different dies, lots of leaves, coordinating petals, coordinating, all kinds of stuff in there. And the stamp set then goes with it. And so I'm going to show you tonight how I used both the dies and the stamp set to create different cards and get how it looks so differently by using the different ones. But I love these because they look so pretty, just like that with the little stitch edging on them. And everything, you can layer these together and instantly you have a really fun and cute card. So again, this bundle is $48.50. If you take your order to $50, you can get a free celebration item. Celebration ends on the 28th of February, so you're not going to want to delay if there's still some things that you want from that celebration offering. You would want to do that sooner than later. So, okay, so let me see which card I'm going to start with for tonight. So first one I'm going to start with, why not start with this one right here? So this card is kind of a case right from the catalog. Kind of, but kind of not. I did change it up a little bit. And so for this card, I used the Balmy Blue, and this is the card base, cut 5.5 by 8.5. And then I used the textured embossing folder. This is from the annual catalog, and this I ran through just to get a little texture. And this is going to layer on here perfectly, and I did that just so that you have a little bit of texture to it. You can see that I put some of that white ribbon in there as well. This is the white crinkle ribbon, and so you're going to see that I use this ribbon on almost all of my cards. So let me get my scissors here. And so first I got to show you guys my fun nails because You really can't see them unless I point them out, but can you see it's kind of like the ombre? It's kind of got like the pink and then it goes to the purple. Isn't that pretty? I got them done yesterday or Tuesday, and I can't stop looking at them. They're so bright. I told them that I wanted something kind of bright and something that was kind of, you know, to get you out of the funk of winter. And this is what I told him. I wanted like a pinky purple color, and so that's what he did. He's like, well, you told me pinky purple, so you got both. Then I'm just like, okay, that is so how my nail tech is. So I was like, okay, I got both. So cute. All right, so you just put that little ribbon across the edge like that. And then we're going to adhere this down. Oh, I need to find some adhesive. Natalie, would you get me an adhesive? So once again, I took the adhesive off my table after I had things set up so that I could work somewhere else. I'm actually designing the St. Patty's Day projects. So that's part of what my issue was. While we're waiting for that, we're going to go ahead and do the little punch here. So I used the little double beginner punch. Now, if you don't have this punch, it's a must-have. It's kind of cool. So you can cut your cardstock to all of these different sizes, all the way down to, I think this is the 1 1/4, or maybe this is the 1 inch. But you just put this little piece of paper in there, and you can see on my card that it gives you the cute little edge along here. So I'm going to use, trying to think which one I used. I'm going to use the different one on this one. So what you do is you put your paper in here, and you kind of right in the guide. So if you wanted to cut it smaller, you could. Then you would just follow the different guide. I like to put it in there and make sure I can see it, that it's in there all the way. And then I'm just going to punch that out. And then I'm going to put it in there the opposite way, or the other side in there. And I'm just going to push that one all the way in. So yeah, I mentioned to you guys that I was home alone, and now you hear me talking to Natalie, right? So she got home a little after 7 and rushed down here to help me because she knew that usually I have her push me to go live, but I was already live. So she got home just a little while ago. So you're probably thinking, wait a minute, I thought she said nobody was home. So anyway, and then I used the Misty Moonlight and stamped the Happy Birthday, You Really Are the Best in there. So let me see if I can find that one. Well, it's here somewhere. Oh, there it is, I bet you. Yep. So lots of different stamps on blocks tonight. So I'm just going to stamp this onto the middle here. Happy birthday, you really are the best. All right. And then we can finish compiling our card now that I have adhesive here. So I'm just going to put some adhesive onto my card. Again, I find it really much easier to, when you have an embossed piece, if you're struggling with your adhesive being ripped, it's much easier to put it on there, on the actual card itself, and not the actual embossed piece. So then from here, all I did was layer a bunch of these. So I'm not even sure if I have the identical pieces that are on this card that I'll be putting on this one. So what I did is I just took scraps of paper and I punched out a bunch of different flowers that I liked in these different colors. I mean, that's literally all I did, and layered them on there. So let's see what we can come up with. So I'm going to, here we go. Okay, so I'll start with this, and I'm just going to put this one on with a couple of glue dots. Can you get me some pearls? Natalie's like, I didn't come down here because I thought you would need 20 million things, Mom. But I used pearls, and they're not out here either. So Claire helped me get set up, and so I think we forgot a few things because we were kind of in a little bit of a hurry. So I'm just going to put that one down, and then I'm going to put this one down. Now, these I just used a little bit of adhesive, but you could also use glue dots if you wanted to, or you could use dimensionals if you wanted to raise them up. Again, you can kind of do anything that you want. So I'm just putting a few of these on wherever I feel like it. I'm not going to really even, I think, pay attention much to what my sample looks like, because that way you kind of get an idea of how you can just change it up, and it's still going to look really, really nice. So hi to Debbie and Jerry. Hi, Jerry. And Mary, welcome, welcome. Some of these I'll use glue dots because they're a little bit smaller, and then I don't have to worry about, you know, having the adhesive for it. But can you see how you just kind of add them on there wherever you want? I mean, that's really all I'm doing. Nothing really to it other than adding a bunch of flowers to my card. And because I don't want to spend a whole hour on this one card, I decided to just start using glue dots. So I'm using glue dots on them. But you would want to put more things on than this. Isn't that cute though? So literally, what I encourage you to do with this, if you purchase this bundle, is just punch out a bunch of different colors of things. And, oh, I don't like that one there. We're going to make it down here. We'll put it down here. There we go. So punch out a bunch of different colors of flowers and leaves and things, and just start having fun with it and put them wherever you think they're going to look nice. So yeah, what do you think? Quick and simple. But can you see the detail in all of these leaves? Because they have the, that's all I'm going to put on this. But they have the little stitched edging. Every single piece has that stitched edging, which makes this really, really nice. Now this card I used, so I showed you this awesome little banner punch. This is for sale in our annual catalog. So I used on my sample, I used this one right here, but on the one we're making tonight, I used this one to kind of show you a little bit of variation to that. And then I'm going to put that on with a couple of dimensionals. So, and the different sentiments in the stamp set, I'm going to bring the stamp set in and show you, because the different sentiments in the stamp set are kind of just perfect, in my opinion, for different things that you might need. You have, you mean so much to me. It could be a thank you, happy birthday, congrats, you are amazing. Yeah, lots of things. And then you can just stamp these flowers too, which you're going to see me do here in just a couple of minutes. So there is this card right here. And then from there, I just topped it off with some pearls on the centers of my flowers. So I'm going to just pick some of these up. And I should have had my take your pick tool over here, but that's okay. Scissors work as well. And you're just going to put some of these pearls in the centers of these flowers. And there you have our first card. Isn't that pretty? Hi, Beth. I was just thinking about you the other day. Beth is one of my team members, and I was just thinking that I hadn't heard from her in a little while. So anyway, but there's our first card. So cute. Okay, so the next card that I'm going to share with you is going to incorporate some stamping into it, okay? So this is the next card that we are going to be using or doing. Isn't that pretty? And now this one is just all different kinds of stamping. So on this little piece right here, this is the Pretty Peacock and Rococo Rose. So this card right here features some of the in colors that are going to be leaving. Again, if you like any of those in colors that are leaving, make sure that you get your hands on them before they're gone, okay? Because I love them, and I'm not happy about seeing them leave, to be honest with you. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of stamping onto this. So for this one, I'm using Rococo Rose for the center flower. And let me find that flower. So I got to play musical blocks here. So because I've got blocks everywhere. So I'm just going to go into the Rococo Rose ink, and I'm hoping it stamps okay because I don't have a mat underneath. But I wanted you to see when you don't have a mat and it sticks, let it come up with you and just kind of rub the bottom, and you'll still get that really good stamped image. I re-inked my ink pad after I did this one. Now for the center of this flower, I used the Pretty Peacock, which I don't think I have that ink pad here. As I look at Natalie to go get me Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock. So let me find the center of this so we can get that stamped. There it is. Let me put this over here. So again, you can mix and match the different centers of the flowers that you might want, because Natalie's on the in color all the way on this side and the bottom, second one up. All right, she found it. Isn't that awful that you can just, without looking, tell her where your ink pads are? So anyway, I'm just going to stamp the center of this with the Pretty Peacock. Oh, it's okay, Beth. Don't feel bad. I just was thinking about you and hoping that you were doing okay. So, yep, I'm going to stamp the center of that one like that. And then we're going to layer this onto, so this is just a square piece that I cut out. So whatever size of this is a scallop a scallop square. So whatever size square you want to use, you could have used a scalloped or like a stitched framelit for this, but I just cut a piece out to kind of coordinate with it. And so we're going to adhere those two together. And then we're just going to put that to the side for later. I'll put dimensionals on the back because we're going to need to use some dimensionals. Okay. And then we're going to do some stamping on this one. And I think I may have used Mossy Meadow, but I have Old Olive in front of me. So again, when you have people that help you, you take what they have here for you. So, but yeah, so today was kind of a crazy day. And I was running kids everywhere. So Claire came down and set up for me. And so she did the best she could. And I kind of peeked at it and thought we were good. But yeah, you're going to see how I improvise with different colors. So for this, I just kind of stamped on, oh, maybe it is the right one. This Old Olive looks really dark. But anyway, so you're just going to kind of stamp on this, the different back and forth with the leaves. So yeah, I ended up taking time the other day and I re-inked a ton of my ink pads because I did not realize that some of them were quite in need of it. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I love having ink pads that are nice and colorful and not ones that are dull when you stamp. So so for the card base on this, I used the Pretty Peacock, and then I used a piece of Pretty Peacock on top of it. Again, I just kind of liked the color on color, and this is ran through with one of the embossing folders from the annual catalog. It's one of the ones designed to go through the mini, so it didn't emboss all the way to the end, but I figured that's okay because I think it's the leaf one. It goes with the Forever Fern stuff, but you really can't see it because you cover it up with this white piece anyway. So I'm going to adhere some adhesive onto this. And then I am going to put some, so this right here is where I added some of that white twine or the white ribbon. And so I'm just going to kind of do my little cheating method that I do with my ribbon again. So I'm just going to cut a piece kind of big enough to go around it. And then we're going to tie that little piece on. So because it's so little, I just doing it this way instead of using glue dots. I'm just going to wrap it around. It'll hit that adhesive. And then I'm going to put this down onto my card. This is just a piece of cardstock. I want to say it's probably about a 1.5 or probably 1 3/4. And then that's just going to go there. And then I went underneath this little piece with the ribbon and just tied this around like this. And then trim off your little tails. How pretty is that so far? And then I just incorporated the little piece right here onto my card. Like that. And then finally a little sentiment, and I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock. This one I put the "You Mean So Much to Me." So let me find the "You Mean So Much to Me." Okay, there we go. And it's on my block Cricut. Okay, and then I'm just going to stamp this off to the one side. Because then we're going to cut the little banner into it. I know, isn't that pretty, Lori? I think so too. It's really pretty colors together. I didn't know when I started creating the card. My friend Jen was over when I was working on these, and she kind of took it over a couple of these as I was working on them, and so she came up with I think this one on her own, and she asked me what I thought of it, and I'm like, I like it. I think it'll work really good. So we were trying to design a few cards with this product suite. So. All right, and then look at that pearl. I got to show you the before and after. So look how that little pearl on that just totally tops that off. Isn't that awesome? So for this one, I used one of the larger sized pearls, and I'm just going to put that right in the middle there. And look at that card. Isn't that just awesome? I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so my next card that I'm going to share with you is This one, we're going to do this one. Now this one's also kind of similar to a case right from the catalog, but I think it's neat to be able to show you guys that, because that way you can kind of see it and all of that. Now this one, I started to stamp my second card before I was like, oh wait, stop, I want that on a Facebook Live. Why am I making the second one? So when I make my sample, I always cut a second one. So anyway, for this one, I used the crumb cake from my card base of 5.5 by 8.5. And then I cut out a bunch of these. Well, I have a mat again that is, this one's cut 5 by 3 3/4. And then I used the little stems here to make like branches. So this right here, these lines is what I used to stamp on that using, I think I used Early Espresso. And so I'm just going to adhere this down. And this one I wrapped baker's twine around and then decided that I liked the white ribbon. So this one is just going to have the baker's twine on it, because again, you'll see a little bit of a variation, but not a big deal there. And then I cut out using the petal pink to save a little bit of time stamping, but I wanted to show you what I did here. So these are the petal pink flowers, and then I stamped with the bumblebee in the middle, and then the real little one in the middle of that is Poppy Parade. Can you see the colors on that? So you get like 2 different colors. And then I punched out a bunch of leaves in both Just Jade, another color that is going to, let's say in color, that one's staying. And then I used the Mint Macron. And so I'm just going to put these on with some dimensionals right onto my card here. And again, you can kind of pick and choose where you want these to go. But this is the neat thing about this. You could, cut out a bunch of these flowers and then just assemble these cards later by, taking them, if you want to stamp on the go, just stamp a bunch of these flowers out or punch a bunch of the flowers out, and you would instantly have cards that you could put together, mixing and matching the different colors of flowers. That could be so fun. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue dot the different leaves. So I'm putting one dark and one light leaf on all of these. So let me bring some more leaves in. I got lots of them over here. Okay, we'll put one in here. Isn't that pretty? Just love it. I love this one. And then we'll put one going down here like that. So you can mix and match this any which way you want. I'll put one down here. Let's see, another dark one. And you can see I overcut the leaves because I was just a cutting fool when I was making this. So you could add more on if you wanted to or not, totally up to you. And then I used the Congrats, You're So Fancy Now. And I don't know if this die is from, it is, I had to think about that. This die is also part of the dies that come with this. I thought it was, but I needed to make sure. The Pierced Blooms dies, you get this little piece right here. And what's neat about this shape is that you can stamp all of the sentiments from it will fit in here, except the birthday one. The birthday one would be a little bit too big, the one I used on my first card, but all of the other ones will fit on here perfectly. And then again, it's also got the stitched edging, which makes this really nice. So this I'm going to actually add 4 dimensionals onto it. Normally I don't use that many, but if I only did the 2 sides, it would stick over this and then it would kind of be floppy. So I like to make sure I have enough dimensionals on my projects so that I don't have to worry about that. And then I'm going to just put this down and on top of that. And then I added pearls this time to the little sentiment. But now you could also add pearls to the center of the flowers, but I didn't think it needed it since the center of my flowers kind of already had the cute little color to it. So, but again, you could. This one I'm going to add one to the top and the bottom of this. And let me show you what it does look like with little pearls on it. So I'll put pearls in the center of each flower as well. 1, 2, and 3. So you can see a little bit of variation on that card. But yeah, I kind of like it with the pearls. It's kind of pretty. All right, so that is card number 3. And then our final card, this is probably, I would say, probably one of my favorites. You'll see here in a minute why, because of the color. but I find it so serene for me to just sit and stamp. And this one right here is literally just stamping. So stamping, I used the 2-inch circle punch, I used the 2 1/4-inch circle punch, and went to town just stamping and having a good old time on this. So I'm gonna bring in my piece of 5 1/4 by 4. So the card base is your typical 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I do need to clean off a couple of my stamps so that I make sure I have the right the right ones here, that they're not going to be all dirty. And so for this one, I used Melon Mambo. Most of you know I love pink, so I had to incorporate this Melon Mambo into it. But I wanted something that was really, really springy. And again, this bundle was not high on my list. And I will tell you that after designing with it and how easy it's been to use, it's definitely become one of my favorites rather quickly. So I should probably have one of those mats underneath of my work table. So if it doesn't stamp the greatest, bear with me here. And I'm just going to stamp some of it. And then again, I wanted to show you guys this. This is another little tip. So you see in the center of this, I'm hoping you can see that there's like an air bubble in there. That means it's not going to stamp the greatest. So if you let it come up with you and then you take your finger and you push in the center, it's going to give you a better stamped image there. So just a little tip and trick that, you can kind of watch the ink absorb into the paper. And if it gives you that little bubble in the middle, it's not inked the best. And then you just kind of let it pick up with you and ink it up better. So just a little tip there that I've learned. So, and again, I re-inked my ink pad. So you're going to see that it's nice and bright and vivid. So I used Melon Mambo for those. And then I'm going to use my Bumblebee for the lighter pink. So let me clean that off. And bring in my Bumblebee. Okay. So Bumblebee is going to be my littler flowers. And I'll just do one here. Again, I'm kind of doing the exact same thing. One there. So see, you see the difference? I didn't do that with that one. So it kind of didn't stamp the center the greatest. I love tips and tricks. I love telling you guys little things like that. Okay, and then I have a little one here for the center of my yellow ones. So let me find that one. We're going to use this. And let me remove all of these things off my blocks. And I don't have a real little block here, so it's okay. We're just going to improvise and use the bigger one. So I just used one of the little flower centers and used the Melon Mambo and went in the center of all of these yellow flowers. So again, how serene for me. I mean, just to sit here and stamp is fun. Like, you don't have to really, like if I was making like 20 of these, I would like be in my glory just sitting here stamping. And then I'm going to use the Memento Black for my other center. And let me see if I can find my other center here. And that one might still be, yep, it's still inside my case. But you can use so many different centers on these. You don't have to have it be, the same one. You can mix and match them. So this is my basic black. And I want to make sure I get that inked pretty good. And it's just going to go in the centers of these. And then my final stamping is going to be using the Old Olive and incorporating some leaves on this. So bringing in my Old Olive, putting away my black, and let's see, here's my little, whoop, there it is. And then from here, I'm just going to kind of add some leaves sporadically where I might want them to go. So one right there, one here. Oh, that one didn't stamp the greatest, so we're going to restamp that. And again, I should have my little mat, so I'll just color that one in, but you get the gist of it. And I'm going to do one here, and we'll do one here. So they're not all connected necessarily to the flowers. So yeah, kind of cool, right? So that's where you can kind of get creative and just stamp wherever you want to stamp. And you can see I kind of left the center right here with not a lot of stamping, because that is where I'm going to put my little sentiment that says, "You're amazing." Hi, Nancy. Philomena, I'm glad you guys like my little tips, because that's, I think, what it's all about is, you know, teaching you things that I've learned by trial and error and kind of going through it. So You Are Amazing is out here somewhere, but we are going to use the one that says, you mean so much to me, because I've got stamps everywhere. So we'll just use the one that says, you mean so much to me. Again, that's the neat thing of using whatever you kind of want to. So You Mean So Much to Me. Again, that is just punched out with the 2-inch circle punch. And then I'm using the 2 1/4 inch to mat that behind it. And I'm gonna adhere that on there. And then this is gonna go on with some dimensionals. Now, if I really wanted to, I could also put my little greeting down here like this and cover up that blob if I wanted to. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my marker and color that in. So you'll see how that kind of works. Natalie, will you go get me my old olive marker? Not the blend, just the regular one. So I'll show you guys how you kind of fix that when you have a solid image. It might be a little bit of a different color because I just re-inked my my old olive, but it'll still give you to kind of show you how you can do that. And then I just made a little bow. And then I just made a little bow here with my ribbon. Again, my little tip and trick on my bows. I know that if June is watching, she has told me that she's loved my little tip on my bows. And pull it tight. Like that. And now we're just going to cut this off. Again, I like to kind of cut my tails the same length as my my bow loops are. So like that. And then I'm just going to take a glue dot, if I can find one here, and adhere that down to my card there. So let's see if we can color this in. Oh yeah. So there, perfect. Gotta love the coordination of our colors, right? So when it's gonna dry, it'll look just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna fold my card. Actually, Debbie, all of my nails are ombre. Yes, so you can see it there. It kind of goes from pink down to the purple color. So yeah, if you missed it, I gotta tell you that story again because it's so funny. But my nail tech asked me, usually he asks me what I want on my nails, and I always tell him, I don't know, just do something. Well, this time I told him I wanted something springy and colorful, like my exact words were, I want like a pinky purple color. And so what does he do? He says, well, you're gonna get both. So that is what he did. And then he's got like a little palm tree on there because I told him I wanted it to be like a springy, summery themed. And then of course he always does one that's a little different. So anyway, I love them. I find myself looking at them a ton. All right, and then I topped the card off with some pearls. And so my pearls, I just put into the centers of the flowers using, again, whoops, one went flying. That's okay. Oh, there's no adhesive on that one. Don't you love it when that happens? So I'm just going to put the little pearls. Again, the pearls, I think, just really top this card off. So little pearls in the centers of my card. And so, or all of the flowers, it looks like I did. Okay. Sometimes when I design these things so far in advance, I even forget what I do. But I liked the fact that these flowers were so bright and then those white pearls just show up. So thank you, Beth. I think they are too. I love them. Okay, so there you have a quick and easy, simple stamped card that I created just using the stamp set. So that's where you can get really creative. You know, you can use the dies. So I'm going to bring in everything that I showcased tonight. I've got this card right here where it was mainly stamping. I did 2 of them that involved stamping. And then I did 2 of them that were more showcasing the dies. So you can kind of get creative with whatever you prefer with this bundle. Again, this bundle is $48.50. And if you add a little bit to your order, a snail adhesive or a seal adhesive or dimensionals, you can take your order to $50 and get a free celebration item. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. This class right here is also a class that I'm offering in conjunction with my cystic fibrosis online retreat. So this is the In Bloom card class, and the card class is 16 cards, 4 of each design. So this is an option for you to be able to purchase. That registration does end next week. So if you're interested, I know I've been posting the link in the description of my video the last couple weeks, and I'll post it in this one again as soon as I get home from picking up my daughter from dance. So anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed my projects. Like I said, I'm going to try really hard to see if I can make Wednesday night work to be able to go live with you. I'm not sure, so I guess plan on me not being able to go live. I know I won't be able to do it Thursday night. I'll be packing and getting things ready. So plan on Wednesday unless... how about this? I'll post it on my Facebook page and group if I'm able to go live. But I do have St. Patrick's Day projects that I'll be showing, if not next week, the following week, and you're going to love them. So anyway, thanks everyone for joining me tonight. I always love my Thursday Facebook Lives with all of you, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch along with me. Have a great weekend, everyone, and hope to see you soon. Bye.